Hello, humans, and today we are giving away some free merch. Why are we giving away free merch, you ask? Because Dawson is back on. He is pretty much going to be making an appearance every single month, and every time he does come back on, we're going to be giving a free shirt away. I just made new shirts, and they are super freaking sick. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like them. So as a thank you to you guys for continuously listening to the episodes, I figured everybody loves free stuff. And on top of that, everybody loves cool free stuff. And that is what I've made. I've made a sweet shirt that will be free. How you enter to win is whatever you're listening to or watching the podcast on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you see this video. On that, just comment, I want that shirt. Be sure to like, subscribe, share it with a friend, you know, the whole 9 yards, because it would help me out and make me feel nice about doing this and that people are actually enjoying the content. So if you guys do that, you'll get entered to win, and then we'll pick the winner next week. So thank you guys so much for listening. As always, I really appreciate it. It's super cool that people like this stuff, and I'm just kind of baffled by that. So thank you guys. But without further ado, let's get into the conversation.
So that Sunday when you were golfing, we went to a Philadelphia
Oh
Union
yeah,
game.
how was that?
It was cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, so soccer fields are huge, and then the stadium doesn't feel that big. Like, it doesn't feel like a football stadium or a baseball stadium where it's like boom, boom, boom. So we got like really cheap tickets.
But the field's way bigger than a...
But the field's way bigger. So we got really cheap tickets, and we were like, from the goal, we were right behind the goal, and we were like, I don't know, 10 rows up.
Okay.
So it's like you're right there.
That's sick.
And so they scored like twice while we were right behind the goal.
Were you behind the home side or the away side?
We were...
Or does it switch at half?
It switches at half, but we were...
And your seats switched at half then,
Well, we
too.
moved, actually. We moved seats at the half. But we were right behind. They were shooting, like, Philadelphia Union were shooting at the goal right in front of us.
That's sick.
So we saw 2 goals, like, right there.
That's cool.
Which is so awesome. And it was so much fun.
Dang, 11 seats up. That's, like, nice seats.
It feels like you're really close, yeah. But, I mean, there's
Why were they so cheap?
I think Union games are just cheaper.
Are they not a good team?
No, they're good. They're decent. Last couple years they were really good.
Really?
I think it's just like the fan base of soccer isn't quite there yet. And like the stadium's just smaller as far as like there's not like 100 rows. There's only like 20 or 30 something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of like every seat's like a good seat. But you just can't see like the whole field necessarily.
Yeah.
So like when they were right in front of you, it was awesome. You could see everything. When it was down there, you're kind of like squinting and it'd be easy to miss something, but it was cool. But then funny story, I was losing it. So we went and moved at halftime. We moved to different seats because it was kind of empty and like they knew someone. So we were like, hey, the people we were with. So we went up, sat with them, and there was only 4 seats. And so we sat I was like right next to this other dude.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, shoot, I don't know if he's going to be weird. I'm coming in at halftime and I'm just sitting right next to him. I don't know if he's going to be like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like I had this whole row. And then I look over and he's like, and he starts talking to me. He's like, I was like, oh boy, here we go. He's going to like chew me out. And is this yours? I was like, what? Am I in your seat? I'm like, what? He's like, are we in your seats? And then I'm like, no. He's like, this seat. No, my seat. And he's like, looked over, he like swore. He's like, shoot. It's like, totally gone. Totally
Just
gone.
plastered.
I was like, well, I don't got to worry about him.
Yeah. You should have been like, are you in my seat?
Yeah, he was like, you in my seat?
Dude, you could have kicked him out and he literally would have been like, dang it, I'm in this guy's seat.
Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Do you think he was
So
just trying to
funny.
find a seat too?
I think
He was just
they
hammered.
probably just shifted over or something. And he was just gone.
Just freaking out of it. That's
and
awesome.
so it was so funny, but he was like, after he like said something, he's like, he like knew
I'm a
he said it
freaking
wrong.
idiot.
I just couldn't get it out right. And I'm like half deaf,
Yeah.
so I can't hear, and it's like loud. So, but it was cool. They won 4-0.
Nice.
like I don't really understand the game as much, so I'm still like
Really?
Like,
Don't you play every Monday?
Yeah, but I haven't been playing that long. But like I get it, but I don't get like basketball. I kind of understand more of the strategy.
Yeah.
Soccer, it's like you just run to the open spot of the
dude,
field,
it
but
looks
it's way
like
more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't always get the more than that. I get
you.
like, the basics
Because we went up to Messiah and watched one of their soccer games,
Yeah.
and Messiah has like a very good college
Right.
team. And when they're out there on the field, they're just passing nonstop back and forth, and you're like, dude, I could do this.
Yeah,
like you literally
exactly.
think you could take them, and then if you would obviously go out, you'd get smoked. But yeah, I get what you're saying with the strategy thing, because I'm like,
I still don't get strategy.
yeah, just
or like,
shoot on goal,
right.
like just shoot.
Or like fouls, like it got chippy. Like
Really?
people were shoving each other, and they weren't like calling it a lot. Like
Really?
at the end of the game, someone
Scrappy.
literally just grabbed someone's shoulder and threw him to the ground. Like, and they didn't even get carded. It was just. I didn't ever think soccer was that physical.
But isn't
guys are getting
soccer-
like shoved and
Yeah.
like it was wild.
Did they flop
There was
a
almost
lot?
a fight.
Like,
yeah,
isn't soccer like known for guys just like getting touched
Yeah.
and then flopping?
Yeah, they flop. And every time someone goes down, they're down for like a minute or 30 seconds. And it's like, dude, just get up. Like, but it's just, I don't know. I guess it's just part of the game at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was almost a fight. Someone like hit the goalie, which is like a big no-no.
Like just ran into him or
Kind
actually
of like
hit him?
ran into him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like, and everyone was like, oh! I was like, it was close. But I wish it would have happened at the very
dude.
end.
That would have
But
been
then at the very end, they brought in this guy that came in. He was like really short, 14 years old, playing professional soccer.
He was on their team.
He was on their team.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. And he like his older brother was playing. His older brother's really good. He's 18. And so like with soccer,
Is that even legal?
I think so. So with soccer, it's totally different. It's not like you go to college and then you get drafted. It's more like
If you're good.
you get signed. Like even like with Barcelona, you have like I forget what it's called, but it's like a farm. You know, you have
A farm?
yeah, or like a baseball probably
Like a hatchery?
No, okay, that's a terrible term. But you have like young kids come in and then they can
Like
play.
a draft.
No, shoot, dude.
The
I'm
bullpen?
totally losing the.
I don't think a 14-year-old's not allowed to play on a professional team. There's no
Dude,
way.
he was 14. So they have.
Isn't
I mean,
that
he was
like
still in
against child
school and
labor
stuff.
laws.
No,
How can
he's
you be
still
in
in
school and
school.
play professional soccer?
Because it's like it's a whole system. Like, so they'll
he's
see
going
you,
through
they
school.
they'll see you, they'll be like, hey, come play for us. And then he'll sign, and then they'll like pretty much you can play. So it's like a separate little league. They have like leagues for people that are that are younger.
What are you doing? Oh, sorry. All right. Okay, so there's a league for young people.
So what I mean by farm is like, yeah, they bring you in young, and then they like develop you. So they have like
So
you're
they're
playing
grooming you.
games. Yeah, in not a weird,
Yeah, yeah.
illegal way.
Yeah, yeah.
But they have games and they're teaching you, they're training you. But then like you're with that team.
Okay.
So it's kind of like in baseball, they have a whole bunch of minor leagues. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like that with soccer. And so the guy that's 14, he like rarely ever plays. He just comes in as a sub.
Gotcha.
But they're like, he's been in their system, and then like eventually they're hoping he's gonna like develop into
Dang.
a pro player.
That's insane because, like, okay, if you're 14,
Right, and he looked young. Like,
Oh,
can you
yeah,
believe
he's 14,
He's a
dude.
freshman in high school playing against grown men that
are you a
like
freshman?
30
I thought you were in
years
8th
old.
grade when you're a freshman. Or sorry,
Ninth grade.
no, I thought when you're 14, you're in 8th grade, or at least I was, but I was
Oh,
on the
maybe.
younger side, so maybe.
Okay, either
But
way,
still,
8th, 9th
insane.
grade. Like,
And what the average guy's probably what 25.
right, and he's like, I mean, 14 years old. You're still growing.
Yeah,
and
you're
playing against
tiny.
grown men.
Dude,
Like,
that's it. He's got to be getting pummeled, right? Because you're just like there's no way you're as fast.
Well,
You're not
I
as
mean, you're still
big.
fat. I mean, he had a couple good plays, but he
Really?
only played for the last like 4 minutes or 5
Dude,
minutes.
that's insane.
Because he wasn't like they're only playing him, I think, so he develops
Yeah.
into a good player. But
Dude, imagine
his
he
brother
would've
was really
scored.
good at 18. So
Yeah.
like I think he might have had a couple goals or assists. So
Dude, yeah, if he would have scored, that would have erupted.
Oh my
that would have
word.
been sick.
Yeah, because it was 4-0, so like everyone was kind of leaving, and then he came in, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Everyone kind of like,
Sit back down.
yeah, exactly,
Dude, could you imagine how much of a baller you must feel like at 14 if you would score?
Oh my word! Like, even just going, I couldn't imagine freshmen in high school going up against 30-year-olds that are pros.
Yeah. Dude, like, I don't even know how you would have the confidence.
Yeah.
Like, you would have to feel
Like
like
you're
such an
still in
imposter.
school, like you're still doing school online.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess,
doing
and-
math class while
Right.
they're growing a full-blown beard. That's
Right.
insane.
So,
That's kind of sick, though.
yeah, so I think that's how.
What was his name? I want to look him up. Did you remember his name?
I'm not sure.
I could
Just look up
14-year-old.
Philadelphia Union 14-year-old. But that's how like soccer is in other countries. Like, so Messi was, I guess, I call it the farm. I don't know what it's supposed to be called. Was in
Yeah.
the farm at Barcelona. So
Okay.
he started at like, I don't know, in his teens or even before in Barcelona. And then they just developed him until he was like, obviously, the all-star player he was.
Dude, this is literally a real thing. Kavan Sullivan, a 14-year-old midfielder for Philadelphia Union, made history as the youngest player to ever debut in Major League Soccer. He's the youngest.
Really? In the MLS, which that'd be
Major
yeah,
League Soccer, MLS, yeah.
right? Which is the American soccer, so it's not like worldwide soccer.
No,
That's just the
I'm
American
saying,
soccer.
What's
It's still
the,
cool.
What's the MLS? Isn't that like real estate?
MLS?
Yeah, isn't there an MLS listing that's like real estate?
Oh, maybe.
Nah, never mind. Oh, dude, he's expected to move to Manchester City when he turns 18. Okay.
Wait, really? So they're gonna lose him?
Yeah, so...
What?
Sullivan made
That
his
sucks.
debut in the Union's home game against New England Revolution. He's expected to move Manchester City when he turns 18. Said he will choose to sign with Union because it is his hometown club. He has always been inspired by the culture and the fans. His older brother, Quinn, has been a first-team player for Union since 2021. Wait, so 2021... So he would have been 15 when he started.
Right, so he would have been pretty young.
Dang, dude, these brothers are freaking insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Brad Pitt's kids. That's kind of bonkers.
Isn't that crazy? I just couldn't imagine doing that at 14. Like, you're traveling, you're getting...
Dude, okay, no. He is the youngest. He is younger than any player who has ever appeared in the NBA, NHL, NFL, NWSL, WNBA, MLB. Like,
Which, I mean, that's not a big surprise because those,
Yeah,
I think
those
they
have
have
to
age
be.
restrictions.
true.
So,
Which,
like,
why doesn't soccer? Because it's
I don't know. Because I guess it's a different system. Because all those other players, all those like the NBA, NFL, you go to college and then you play in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to go to college or you go overseas and play. They don't actually have like a farm or I don't know what the correct word is, but
Dude, that's insane.
I just can't believe it.
That's kind of sick, though. He was literally born in 2000. Wait, no, that's not right. One of the top players, 2009.
2010?
Wait, what is he born? Yeah, 2009. Holy
What? That's crazy.
What does this kid do? Like, is he just on creatine nonstop?
He doesn't look that big though, but
No, but like, he also doesn't look like a 14-year-old.
no, definitely not.
Like, this is the dude.
Yeah, like show me a close up because it's kind of hard to see him
He
from.
kind of looks like he's 20. Like, that does
Whoa,
not...
he does look way older
Yeah.
than what? What the heck?
I had to think they lied on his birth certificate.
I am 14 with a $20 bill.
That's kind of sick. Could you imagine you're in school and you're just like, oh, yeah, I play in Major League Soccer.
Right.
Like,
I
what
mean,
are you
he's not
doing?
going to school.
Oh, you're
but-
failing math?
Right.
Sorry. Like, I'm playing with Major Leagues. That's so sick. That would mess with your head so much, I feel like. Like, I would be so arrogant if I was that kid.
Right.
Which, how do you have to be?
Right.
Right? There's no way you're not arrogant.
Like you talk to someone, yeah, I play for my high school.
Yeah.
I played for my, like, I played for the
At that
varsity
point, he's
team
in middle
in
school.
freshman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I played for the Philadelphia Union as a freshman. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Dude, I'm kind of hooked on this guy.
That's kind of sick, though.
Yeah. So that was cool. I was bummed I got to see him, but I really don't know much about Philadelphia Union, but it's really cool. Their branding's cool. I like their logo.
Yeah, they got sweet jerseys.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, okay, speaking of sports, though, I crushed it this week in fantasy.
Did you? You have Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
Josh Allen's been tearing it up.
He freaking ripped. Literally, the guy I was versing with my wife's brother destroyed him. He had like 60 points. I had 160.
Oh,
dude,
my.
It was, or maybe it was 180. I had such a good freaking. Oh, dude, I was kind of hyped about it. I was going over with Christian.
Yeah.
He like knows everything about football, so he was like telling me what to do, and I was like, "Oh yeah." But now, literally, my whole bench is hurt, so I got to swap them out this week.
Gross.
But I can see how guys get into it.
It's fun.
It is like it's kind of. This week I play codes, which I'm jazzed about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it like I do not even like I know nothing about football, but even like figuring out the players I have and like kind of following them, it is kind of fun.
It's kind of, and it's also like a totally different world. Like you could know a lot about like football teams, but then when you get in the fantasy world, it's like you could know a lot about fantasy and not know much about football.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is that's how I used to be. I used to play, and then I stopped. I don't know. You can just waste so much time on it. So I just stopped.
Literally, dude. It was Sunday night, and then Josh Allen and two other of my guys played on Monday.
Yeah.
All the games for Sunday were done, and I was still checking it. I was like, "What am I doing?" I was like, "When are they going to get on?" And it's like
so good
at 7:30 on Monday.
Right.
So I was kind of hooked. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of bad."
And I'm like a little bit of a nerd and a stats guy, so I'm like, "Oh, let's look at everybody's team and everybody's players and see how they did, and it's calculate all their numbers." And I don't know. It's just addicting.
It is kind of. But you didn't. I'm kind of bummed you're not in this league. That would have been sick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
I just don't want to get back into it. I just wasted so much time.
Yeah, but you could do it like a little bit.
Maybe ask me next year.
Dude. Yeah. I was like, and I don't think I'll ever get into football, but it is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're doing it with like a cool group of guys where you can kind of like bust on each other.
Definitely.
And like, oh yeah, get dumped on.
Right.
Because this one dude in our league loves Tua, which is the quarterback for the Dolphins, and apparently he always gets hurt.
Oh yeah.
It's like concussion after concussion.
Right.
So we were just ripping on him, and it was actually kind of a blast.
That's so funny.
But
yeah, poor Tua.
R.I.P. And dude, there's been like before this year. I don't actually know if I could have listed off 10 NFL players for you.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing like all these memes about NFL players, and a lot are towards Tua, and some of them are hilarious, and I don't even know the guy. And I'm just like, this is awesome.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of been a blast. Kind of hyped about it.
Yeah. Did you see the play that
knocked
the
him?
hit?
Mm-mm.
It wasn't even that. Like it was a hit, but it wasn't like that crazy of a hit.
Because he hit someone with it like pretty much head on, right?
Yeah, he was getting a first down.
Yeah.
And he went and just went all in. And
the meme I saw was a scene from The Lord of the Rings where like this huge monster literally just runs and headbutts the wall, and then it falls in and the whole army runs behind him. And it said like Tua anytime he sees a 250-pound linebacker. And it killed me, and I don't even know, like I literally don't even know the guy, but it really made me laugh. I was like, that's awesome.
He's just had so many concussions.
That's what they say.
So,
but I don't know, dude. It was hilarious though.
Right, like he's good when he's playing, but
yeah, dude. If
you're not playing,
who needs him?
Yeah.
But I made a sick, nasty trade, which like one of my guys wasn't really performing that well, and I totally just guessed. I was like, I'm just gonna switch him, dude. The guy I put in, something Jones. I forget his first name. Aaron Jones, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
dude
sounds
got
right.
like 28 points in. I was like, freaking right. I'm so good at this. Dude, I should have put more money on it, but whatever.
More money on the game?
Yeah. Or on like we have like a pot.
Oh, nice.
I think it's only like $250. But I'm winning. I'm 3
you put
3-0 right now.
You put 250 in?
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
pot's 250. So we only put 50 in.
Yeah.
250 would have actually been
That's
like a large.
hefty.
Yeah, I would have been a little scared.
Right.
But yeah, I'm 3-0. I'm the leading person in our league.
Let's go.
I'm so pumped.
So who are your best players? Josh Allen.
And then I got like Josh Allen.
Right.
And then
You just know football, man.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Let me think here. Yeah, I have that Jones guy, which he did really well, and then there was a Samuel guy. Is there anyone Samuel? He's a running back.
He's a running back.
I think.
I can't think of any Samuel. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not.
He did well.
Yeah, sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arr. So, yeah, those two guys are holding me together.
Yeah.
But then I got the Steelers defense, and they're
my
actually
word.
doing really good,
Yeah,
which I'm
they're
kind of
killing
hyped
it.
about. Are you still watching football?
I watched the Patriots and Jets this weekend on Thursday night because it's on Prime.
Oh, yeah?
But that's it. I'll watch highlights. I don't have anything to watch it on anymore.
Yeah.
Because
if you're not watching it on that, what do you actually watch it on? ESPN, but what's ESPN on?
Well, like
Or
you
is
probably either need like cable or you need some kind of live TV, like
So, like,
if you have
YouTube
Hulu
TV.
Live or YouTube TV, which all those can be kind of salty for.
Yeah, YouTube TV is like $70.
Right, and I'm just like, it's not worth it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch it on Amazon Prime. I watch Thursday night sometimes, and I'll just watch highlights.
Yeah, the Red Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, donk. Yeah, dude. Speaking of the Red Zone, did you see that? And I didn't hear anything about this until like 2 days ago. Trump almost got assassinated again.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did.
Dude. And it happened like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And
you
I
only
didn't hear
heard about it
nothing.
now?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I haven't heard anything about it. So then I started looking it up today.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, obviously, if you look for it, you can find it. But, like,
Right.
if you type in, like, Trump assassination attempt,
Right.
it doesn't suggest anything.
Yeah.
And then I found out, which is kind of interesting, like, all the more liberal news networks are the only ones that pop up. Fox News, you got to go till page 6 till something
Gotcha.
pops up on it.
Wow.
And it's like, dude, it's his former president assassination attempt,
Right.
like a candidate running for this
Yeah.
year, and nothing on it.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so I started looking it up today.
But to be fair, there wasn't any shots fired. They caught it. They did the Secret Service did a really good job.
Yeah.
But it's still
kinda nuts.
It still is nuts.
Like, he was down at his golf course, apparently.
Right.
Which I didn't know Trump has his own golf course. It's like Trump's International Golf or something.
Well, it's probably just like the Trump Towers. Like, it's not just his personal one.
No, but it's still kind of crazy.
Yeah, it still is crazy.
But yeah, I was like, how did I not hear anything
Yeah.
about this?
Did you hear about the person that like got the car?
The car?
So that saw the license plate and gave him the license plate. Apparently, some lady saw this dude running, and was like, "Yo, that's sus."
Oh, really?
Got in a car. She like went right up to the car, took a picture of the license plate, reported
Wow.
it. And then she was just like, "That's sus," and she just thought it was sketch. And maybe like the AR-15 was hanging out of the
Yeah.
backpack or something. I don't
Yeah,
really
the
know the
AK
full
was
story,
just-
but apparently it's just like some random lady was like, "I
That's
don't feel
kinda
right
neat.
about this."
Florida
And-
woman.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And so I think that's how they caught him so fast. Well, I mean, obviously, they fired at him, and then I think he ran, and then they actually.
But they didn't kill him.
No.
Did they even hit him? I don't think they even hit him.
I don't think so.
Because he looked
yeah.
fine when in the
Yeah,
race. But he was
right.
like old. He was like a 50-some-year-old dude.
It's true.
And he
So,
had
yeah,
a
it was
business. He had
weird.
an
It was weird.
electrical
It
business,
wasn't-
I think.
Did he?
Yeah, freaking tradesman.
That's so random.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. But, like, that's in, what, 2 months? 2 assassination attempts?
Yeah.
That's got to be breaking records at this point. Like, when do you get the medal?
Yeah.
He's got to be podiuming at
Right.
this point.
Yeah. So thankfully, the Secret Service did.
Dude, insane, though.
That's pretty crazy. To see just the barrel out of
Yeah, chain
right.
link fence.
Yeah.
But now I'm buying guns.
Yeah.
Now I'm back on my gun guy kick.
Are you?
Ruben called me today.
Yeah.
And he bought a gun over the weekend, and now I'm
Nice.
like,
What do you get?
a shotgun.
Oh, nice.
And now I'm like looking back into him like, I
Are
should get
you?
another gun. I really want to get an AR-15.
Yeah.
They're just expensive.
They are kind of expensive. Ammo's like not cheap either.
I know, dude. My brother just bought a pistol, and he said ammo was actually very expensive for 9mm even. He's like, so I bought another 22.
Right.
He's like, yeah. So I bought a gun, and it was too expensive. So then I bought a 22 because it's a cheaper gun to shoot. I was like, wait, you're just
Is it like the same model? Yeah. Just so he can... That's so
I was like, that's awesome.
Did you ever get your 22 revolver? You've never got one of them.
I should.
That'd be fun to get.
Yeah,
I should get one of those too.
Get Western up in this freaking thing.
Most def.
Yeah, dude, we should get... Do you like the little revolvers that have the little push-out things?
What do you mean?
So the actual... I don't know what it's called. It's not the action. The little round thing where the bullets go in. What's that called?
Oh... I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I don't know
but it doesn't actually come out to the side. You just got that little rod that pushes the bullets out.
Yeah.
They're kind of weird, but they're kind of neat.
But you can't spin it like the whiz.
No, because it always stays engaged.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, like, you can spin it, but it's in the thing. Like, it never comes out to the side.
Yeah.
And then it's just got this little plunger that pushes the empties out.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I think
Pretty
that's
cool.
more of a cheaper thing, but... Yeah, I should get a revolver. Let's look up some guns. What do you say? What are you looking at getting?
I haven't been looking at getting anything. I just, like, I was at the point where I'm like, I love guns, but I don't like shooting that much to justify all the ammo expenses.
That's true.
And
that's
so
why
I'm like,
we need
and
to
it kind of gets
22s,
lame.
dude.
Yeah, it kind of gets lame to, like, keep buying guns that you don't shoot.
That's true.
So that's kind of where I'm like, I just got to find another hobby. And so that's kind of why I stopped.
So then I took up knitting.
Right. And knitting
how to
is so
knit?
fun. No.
I don't
Do you?
either. I used to, actually.
Really?
Dude, okay, this was the weirdest thing. So in 5th grade, it was like, at the school I went to,
Yeah.
it was cool to knit and crochet.
What?
Yeah. All
No.
these dudes were literally knitting and
Really?
crocheting. Yeah. Andrew Castle
Yeah.
crocheted a whole blanket in 5th grade, and he was like the baller for it. And I was like, what is going on?
I am the one.
It's like, what do you guys do? Like, why is this cool?
Right.
But it was, and only for that year.
That
I think
is
people came on afterwards. But
so funny.
yeah, how insane is that? Freaking private school stuff.
I think Zach Burns, who I went to school
way.
with, knew how to like knit or crochet. I forget one of them. But anyway, he got bullied so much because of it, so it was a little different.
Oh, no, dude. They were bullying me because I didn't know how to crochet.
Yeah. How the turntables.
I know. I freaking hate school.
Yeah, school's wild.
Dude, there's some nice new Smith & Wesson revolvers on here.
How much they running you?
A lot, like 600.
Ooh. See, it's just
I know, they're so
600 for a 22.
They're so expensive.
They're so expensive. We got to go up
that
to
wasn't a
Shidas and look
22.
at used.
That was for $357.
Oh.
Just a $357, dude.
Just $357.
$357. 402. $691.
522?
$422.
Yeah.
Do you know that all odd routes are
North and south?
north and south, and then all evens are east and west? Did you know that?
I think I did.
Let's look it
But I
up.
kind of forgot.
Route numbers USA. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the evens go east to west, and then odds go north to south. That's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
I think with that information, I could get to anywhere in the U.S. if you just gave me like a location,
Yeah.
just like a house.
If
like,
you had like 3 years.
yeah, like if you just showed me one picture of a house in the United
Yeah.
States.
Did you ever see that guy?
The Geo guy,
Yeah.
dude, he's awesome.
It's just so ridiculous.
Dude, I know. But he's like good.
Right. It's
Do you think
this is legit.
Yeah, do you
this
think
is
it's
very
like,
impressive.
Not staged, but like
Kind of fake.
yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
the pranks.
What's the pranks?
Like you know how pranks are faked on
Oh, yeah.
Like do you think it's something like that?
I don't know.
Cuz he's like close.
But he's also that big that maybe he is that good. I don't know.
maybe. True.
Because there's there's only that one guy. You know what I mean? You don't.
Yeah, you
like
never
there's
see
not other
anyone
one.
else.
There's
I
no
think
one
there are
else.
other people, but he's the guy.
Right.
He's like that Magnus guy.
For chess.
For chess.
Magnus Carlsen.
Magnus Carlsen?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Magnus Carlsen, Norwegian
Yeah.
chess grandmaster.
Which he's crazy too. Did you ever see him when he was like really young playing like the top chess players? They were
Really?
like, "Oh, this is gonna be easy," and then he was like actually good, and they were like scared. They're like, "Oh boy."
I've always wondered in circumstances like that, is he naturally good, or did he just like love chess so he learned a lot? Like, can you be naturally good at chess?
I think it has to be both. Like there are prodigies out there that are just good.
But are they prodigies because they like worked since they've been 2?
I mean, it's probably both.
Like, do you think he's smart? Like, I guess.
Like, it's not like he just woke up one day and was like, "I'm amazing at chess." You still had to like develop it. But
So, what skills complement chess? So, like, okay, if he's a prodigy,
right?
So, like with basketball, if you're a
Yeah.
prodigy, you're clearly naturally athletic,
Right.
Or you have a good frame.
You probably have a big size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what skills? Like problem-solving skills?
Well, it's probably all calculation.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
And,
true.
like,
So would
thinking-
math
so you
help
can-
you?
So like math, or like being able to think 10 steps ahead. So
Yeah,
like
which
a
I
good
can't.
memory. You know what I mean? Being able to like plan and strategic.
Which there's so many
And
books
probably
on like
problem
chess
solves.
and how, like, if you're a good chess player, you can literally rule the world.
Yeah.
Visualization, calculation, tactics, strategy, openings, end games. But, like, I don't know. It just seems weird that you can be, like, a prodigy at chess. Pattern recognition. Okay, so maybe that's something.
You want to say something, Joe?
Kind of done with it.
Yeah.
Out of here. Interesting. Do you think we should take a chess class?
I like chess.
Do you really?
I do. I mean, I haven't played it in years, but I do enjoy chess. Do you know how to play chess, right?
But not like, I know what all the pieces do, but I don't
Right.
know strategy.
Gotcha. I don't know if I know
I always
much
did the
strategy.
opening W with the pawns. Where
Really?
you send the, like you send the wings, like, out 2, and then you bring the second ones in out 1.
Wait, is that actually a thing, or is that just a thing for you?
No, it's like the most basic, not good strategy, but it is one.
Yeah. Right.
Because I think it clears up, like, then you can start getting your back pieces out.
Gotcha.
But I honestly don't know. That's just how I always
Yeah.
open up, and I still open up like to this day. Let's see if it's an actual strategy.
I always did the one in front of the horse, the bishop, right?
Yeah,
Did that one out, and then I could bring
get
my
your
knight.
knight and your bishop out. Well, you can
Right.
always get your knight
I could
out.
do the. I could do the. Yeah, get the bishop out, so I
Yep.
could like go over to the. Whatever the one that is goes side to side. I don't know the words.
That's a rook.
Yeah, the rook.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you know more than me.
Yeah, I dabble.
Right? Are you? Is your name Magnus?
Me and Magnus talk.
dude.
We have Sunday
pretty
parlays
cool.
together. I don't even know what
Parlay.
a parlay is.
Is that a betting term?
I think. Or it's like if you were a pirate and you called parlay, like they had to take you to their captain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, captain, my captain. Did you ever watch that? Dead Poet Society?
No.
Me neither. But I
Good
just
talk.
know that line's in it. Oh, did you see there's a Red One coming out, which is a movie where it's like Santa Claus gets kidnapped, and it's with
No.
Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans.
Really?
It looks pretty stupid. It
That
looks
does
like a
look-
big blockbuster that'll do well because it's got
Right.
Dwayne Johnson in
and
it.
anything Christmas is gonna do well.
We should star, dude. We should star, or at least try to get like cast in a local movie. Let's look
Do you
that
know
up.
of any local?
No, local movie to get cast into. How funny would that be?
That'd be so funny.
In Lancaster, PA. All right, let's see what we can get cast into.
I didn't even know people have local movies.
Audition for independent films. Look for casting calls for local independent
such as Strings, a romantic comedy filmed in Lancaster. You can find casting calls on websites like Actors Access, Backstage, and Casting Network. You can also check social media such as Facebook groups. Dude, how funny would it be if we would get cast as something? Let's try to
That'd
find
be
this out.
so funny.
Casting calls near me or near you. My one friend from church is going to be like a voice actor, though.
Really? Where at? Like
I don't know. Like that's what he wants to
in
do.
animation or just
I think kind of in anything.
advertise anything?
Yeah, advertise. To get in the door, I think you need to just take like a bunch of lower end gigs and then you can kind of shift to do what you want later. But I was like, that's kind of sick.
That is kind of cool. Does he have like a really cool voice?
He does. He's got a good voice. It's not like a cool voice, but he has a good vocal range where he can manipulate his voice a lot.
Right.
Which is kind of sweet. But like, I always kind of forget jobs like that exist. I think my internet just crashed. Or they just don't want us to get on casting networks. Oh, we can join now. Get noticed and book your next project for actors, for content. Oh, you can get, maybe I'll go in here as a content creator. Stage performers, commercial and brands, voiceover productions. Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back to casting calls.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let me see what I was looking up. Oh, yeah, the casting stuff. See if we can get into any films. Paid influencer for live streaming.
Whoa.
Man, woman, non-binary person, trans man, trans woman, multiple locations. Role description. Let's check out the influencer with over 100K of any one platform. So that's us.
Easy.
British or Australian intelligent talent, Dutch speaker for a popular meal prep brand. Whoa, this is kind of interesting. Industry news, interviews, and advice. 3.1 million performers, trusted casting network.
Wow, so they're just looking for influencers.
Influencers,
that want
voiceover productions, commercial brands, stage performers, film and TV and video production, voice actors. How funny would it be if we would actually get into a commercial? That would be awesome.
Yo, can we make a GH Mechanical commercial?
That would be sick. We should. Like all the other cringy ones.
Right.
Dude, I just made us some new work attire. Looks crispy.
Let's go.
It's freaking sick.
Polos or what kind of?
Just like work t-shirts for the guys.
Nice.
But I want to at some point.
They still like the really like neon colors?
No. So one is neon green for when we're on doing traffic work, but then the other one's like a nice steel blue. Kind of sweet. It looks way sicker. But I want to make like GH Mech merch where it's like comfort colors shirts and they're actually like nice and then like just a real minimal water droplet and then sell them.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
I would
because a lot of people bought shirts at community days.
Really?
Or hats because we had hats there.
Yeah.
Like over $500 of sales.
Wow. What were you selling your hats for?
Like $20.
Yeah.
So that's like...
Well, that's like 3,000 hats?
Yeah. For chess people that are good at mathematics and risk evaluation. But, yeah, dude, it's been kind of sick. We've kind of been blown up.
Yeah, seriously. You added 2 more guys.
Dude, it's like up to 16 crews now.
Wow. Divided by 7?
16?
What do you do? 3? You technically would have like 3 different crews?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah. 3.
3.
And then the office people.
Yeah.
Dude, look at my hair. It's kind of starting to get long again.
Yeah, I see that. What are your goals with that?
I think I'm going to grow it back out to like a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's just like enough that I can push it back. But not to where it's starting, my hair's too heavy and then it gets flat.
Gotcha.
So pretty much this length, a little longer on the side so it can go back smoother. But I'm pretty sure my hair looks great right now.
So good.
This is for my infomercial I'm shooting.
Yeah.
Just got cast. I'm kind of serious about that. We should look into that.
That's so funny.
Wonder what talent we need to be in a commercial.
I
Probably
feel like
not
some of
much.
those local commercials.
Yeah, not
Bomb. Like you
Yeah.
don't need much talent.
much. Dude,
You just got to have a semi decent looking face.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we pass for, but
There's some ugly people in those commercials, though.
really?
Yeah, they're local.
Yeah. But it's usually like, I don't know. they're
Yeah,
usually-
semi-nice looking
Yeah.
people. Even if you just look friendly, I think you can get it.
Right. Put together, friendly.
Which we look
Hi.
friendly.
Welcome to GH Mechanical. How can we service you today?
Oh, I craps.
Well, I can clean that up because I'm with GH Mechanical.
Dude, okay, this is kind of... that's... Never mind, that was a weird tangent I was going to go on. We don't need to go there. Dude, okay, so this is a real thing that's happening with me right now, though. Glenn Stoltzfus came on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he texted me afterwards and was like, dude, have you ever done pottery? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, but because he found out I liked art.
Right.
And I was like, no, that's one form of art I've never done, but I'm like actually super interested to do. And he's like, we should take a pottery class.
Dude.
So right now we're looking
Little-
into taking
little
like
day
a
date?
Yeah, like a 6-week pottery
Oh my
class.
word, like a big pottery class. Are you going to do it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it would be awesomely hilarious.
That's so funny.
And I was like, why not? Like,
Yeah.
stuff like that cracks me up. And I feel like that's gonna be my new motto for, like, here on out. And when I say here on out, for the next 3 weeks, because that's what I'm into. But
your motto is pottery class.
yeah. No, just doing, like, those goofy experiences that are really weird and don't necessarily benefit you.
Right. Exactly.
Like, if I could get into a local commercial, I would 100% do that.
That'd be so funny.
I'm going to start looking. I'm going to write that down as a goal of mine.
Get in a local commercial.
Because you definitely don't need to be that good.
So, do you think George would ever run a GH Mechanical commercial?
Not at this point. I mean, maybe once he would grow. Like, we just
Right.
do zero advertising. And I don't think
Yeah.
that's what he would want to do with. But, yeah, let's write goals
I mean, with
for my
all
life.
the fusions you have there, you could definitely get in a local Ford commercial.
Yeah, the Escapes.
Or the Escape, sorry.
Did I tell you my one doesn't even start anymore? The one I was trying to sell?
Yeah,
Like,
with the bad batteries.
Yeah.
I mean, great batteries if anyone's looking for an Escape.
Super reliable car.
Oh, man, so good.
Oh.
This is like a once in, I don't know, a year thing where it doesn't start.
So it like ran fine
Right.
and like ran and start. So I put it on Facebook Marketplace, go to sell it, got tons of messages I had to sift through, which sucked.
Yep, all the time.
Finally, this guy was like, "Hey, want to come look at it today?" I was like, "Sweet,
no.
I'll meet you at the notary." Go to get in the car, doesn't start.
No. No way.
Literally, like, texted him. I was like, "Hey, my car does not even turn over." So, yeah, deal's off. Sorry, dude.
That sucks.
And that's that.
Did you can you charge it or something?
I don't think you can charge those batteries.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Like, when they're dead, they're dead. You got to replace them.
You can't get like a special charger to like.
Because there's no terminals or anything to, like, put them on. It's all encased in, like, an aluminum-looking case.
Gotcha.
So, like, the engine charges those.
Right, but you could just put it. You could put your jumpers on where the engine. Like they have to have wires coming out somewhere.
Yeah, but
So you
your
could just throw 'em
jumpers,
on the-
if you would put them on the... No, if you would put them on the terminal for
Because
the...
it'd probably go to the alternator.
So you're saying if you
So
would
you could
put...
you could just put the charger on the alternator, and then the ground,
Really?
and it should charge it. You would probably need like a special charger, I'm assuming, but
Yeah, I
maybe you
have
could
no
just use a
idea.
normal charger.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't start, so at this point I would try it.
Right.
But yeah, sad freaking
Just
day.
if you have a battery charger, throw a charger on for a day or two.
Yeah.
See if it's better.
So, yeah, I was just like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's
So
a
now I'm
bummer.
going to just probably take it to a junkyard, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know what to do with a car that doesn't work now. Like, I got to get the thing freaking towed. which I'll just put it on like the equipment trailer. Like I'm not gonna pay someone to tow it,
Right.
But then I'm gonna need a winch to get it up there because it doesn't start.
Yeah.
It's a freaking bummer. I will never. Anyone that's looking to potentially buy a Ford Escape, don't do it. There's a reason they called them Escapes. Because you're trying to escape reality with having one.
Especially the ones that are hybrid. Right?
Yeah, hybrid.
Because your other ones are doing good or not?
Not really.
Really?
So literally,
No.
I've had so many problems.
No.
I went down to church the one day, got in the car,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Like, did I leave my lights on? But I have auto lights, so that wasn't the thing." So I'm looking around, and like I couldn't see anything wrong or blatantly. Get back in,
Right.
crank it, nothing. All of a sudden, it fires up, and I was like, "What the world?" So I drive it home. And I was like, whatever, I'm just going to limp this until it happens again. Sure enough, it happens again. My starter's going bad. And I'm just like...
Oh, that's annoying.
I'm so done with them. And now I'm getting, like, water in my door panel. Do you ever get that?
No.
Where water gets into your door panel and it's, like, a ton of water sloshing around?
No,
Yeah,
really?
Yep. So
Can you,
that'll
like,
probably...
drill a hole in your door panel?
Well, it drains then. After you, like, open the door, it drains.
Oh.
So I don't know if when you close it, it, like, seals.
Fascinating.
Dude, I'm so done with them.
Yeah. What's your next little...
I'm just going to limp the one we got till it freaking dies. It's only got 50,000 miles. That's the thing.
Right.
And I'm like, and then not that we paid a lot for it, but, like, for what it is, we paid a decent amount.
Right.
And I'm
just a starter. That's not terrible. But
No, but it's had, like, so many problems before that. Like, since I've bought it, which has been less than a year, it's been in the garage 4 times.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And not for, like, routine stuff.
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm so done with this. I don't know. I might just become a monk. Sell all my cars.
Amish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just go up to a temple and just meditate.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we go to Tibet.
Yeah.
Would you ever
Montana.
become a monk?
I just listened to a podcast where this guy, he was trying to
monk?
He was trying to detox from
being a monk.
Screens, social media, all that stuff, and he went to a monastery and was a monk for like 2 weeks, and then he was Amish for like another month or 2 months. Yeah.
Why'd he go from being monk to Amish?
Because the monastery wouldn't take him, I don't think, super long.
Oh.
So he just was like, oh, go here for a couple weeks.
But he didn't actually like convert to Amishism.
No.
Okay.
He just like converted to their lifestyle for a little bit. Like basically away from technology.
So did he live with an Amish person for a while?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
I actually didn't get that far in the podcast.
Yeah.
I just stopped.
Who needs it?
I only got to the monk part, and then I didn't actually get
What's
to
the guy's name?
It was Carlos Whitaker.
Oh.
It's the Carrie. Did you ever hear the Carrie Newhoff podcast? It's kind of like, do you know Craig Gushel? Have you ever heard the Craig Gushel? Okay. They're like leadership guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and they have people on. It was just interesting.
Dude, speaking of leadership guys, I keep finding these ads on Instagram for this, like, boot camp for Christian men to pretty much, like, take back their life.
Yeah.
Deal.
Nice.
And it's called something Knights, Modern Day Knights or something.
Knights of the 21st Century? Or no,
Maybe.
Modern Day Knights.
It's something like that. Something Knights.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this kind of looks cool because they're like crawling through the mud and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that kind of looks fun. So I looked into it a little bit, and apparently it's for like executives and stuff.
Gotcha.
Like high up people.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day program. Like you go somewhere for 3 days with these people.
Yeah.
18 grand.
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And I was just like,
it's
okay.
like a Christian program?
Yeah.
That is not normal.
No, I was
okay.
like, I mean, they might help you out. I don't know. But I was
Right.
just like, that's kind of interesting.
Sheesh. So let's do the math. 18 divided by 3 days, that's like 15 grand a day. No, okay, but
No,
yeah,
that's
6
more.
grand. 6 grand a day
Yeah.
for this program.
Yeah, and like,
I'm not saying it's a bad program, but is it a
just
program
seemed
that's worth
expensive.
6 grand a
yeah,
day?
I was kind of like, meh, maybe not. But then I was thinking, okay, if they can get 18 grand a day to roll around in mud, I can let the hose on in the backyard and freaking get at least 4.
We can put a program together.
Yeah. How can we swindle people out of their money in the name of the Lord?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's almost what it is. Like at 18 grand, I'm sure it has a lot of value.
Right.
It just seems really expensive. And maybe that's because we're not high-performing people yet.
Yeah, it's true.
So we're just like, that's a lot of money.
I think we could probably get like $300 for a 3-day program.
Yeah, dude, that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think you would.
You have to roll around the mud.
Yeah. For 7 hours.
And you pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you roll around some more.
And all the meanwhile, we're spraying you and taunting you.
And it's building endurance, perseverance, patience, long suffering.
And we could even get like a red pitchfork to symbolize this is the devil attacking you.
And I'll have like little angel wings. So I'll be like the good person that's like, come out of the mud.
Yeah. And I'll sit on their one shoulder and you sit on their other.
And then you have like a little shock collar so that you can just shock them whenever you want to.
We should get a shock collar again.
Yeah.
Zap each other.
Do you still have that one from Ace?
I'm
Rip
sure
Ace.
it's around here somewhere. Or we might have given it to the people that took him. I'm not 100% sure. I was thinking about that type of stuff, like pain and...
You okay, bro?
Yeah. Not really. Kind of down recently. It's just been a rough couple weeks,
Dude,
man.
I get it.
Ugh. You know, just on the phone with so many just therapists and... do you ever see like the online therapy sessions?
Yeah.
Those kind of crack me up. I guess they work.
I mean, what's the difference? I mean, what's the difference between being online or in person? I mean, is there a little bit of a difference, but still sharing words? So, like, I think we could, like, do that. We could be online therapists. Like, what do you really need to know? Right.
So I'm going to hit you with a situation, and you online therapy me. Okay?
Oh, I like this.
Okay.
Go.
So, yeah, the last couple weeks have just been pretty rough, you know? Went to the store, and I was looking for double stuffed Oreos.
Yeah.
And all they had was the Thins. I don't like the Thins.
Yeah.
And then, to just add insult to injury, they had the mega stuff. So they were taunting me on both ends, and I just didn't really know what to do. Well, then a worker approached me.
Yeah.
And I politely asked, I was like, hey, do you have the double stuffed Oreos with 170 calories per 2 Oreos? And it was a younger person, so they were kind of disinterested in my needs and my thoughts. And they kind of just, like, gave me a little bit of an eye roll. And they're like, all right, I'll look it up in my device. And so they looked it up. And sure enough, I saw on the screen that they had 6 boxes back in the... in the warehouse.
Right.
But Brendan was too busy with whatever he was doing and not being a good customer service agent. And he said, I'm sorry, we're totally out. But you can have the Thins. And how he said Thins, it made me just kind of feel like he was mocking my weight a little bit. Because he said, the Thins?
Right.
Like I wasn't the Thins and I was more the fats. And I don't know. I had a rough day at work at that point. At the noodle factory.
Right.
And I was just on the line so long just making noodles for ragu. And then I just wanted to release with some double stuffed.
Right.
And then I was walking out of the store and I heard Brendan say, well, you're double stuffed, fatty.
No.
So that kind of just hurt me. So then I had to work a double at the noodle factory for ragu. So, and then when I went back to the factory, I was making... When I left, they were just making the regular noodles.
Right.
And then when I went back for my double shift, they were making the angel hair noodles, which made me feel really not self-worth and really insecure about my hair because it's not angel hair. It's more like just peasant hair. Because I'm experiencing a little bit of a receding hairline. It's just been a rough couple weeks.
Yeah, well, I have a couple things. First, I'm sorry, man.
Thanks.
Second, I really want to understand what you're saying, so I'm going to repeat back to you what I heard you say. And so I want to get this right. I want to get how you're feeling.
Yeah, for
how
sure.
you are. And
because
so
it's
if this sounds right, I want to do some like active listening here.
Yeah, okay.
So it kind of sounds like you're saying, I'm a little fatty. I'm a big loser. Rah, 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 rah. Does that kind of sum up how you're feeling or what's going on in your life?
I mean, it simulated maybe the emotions, but just not on like a cognitive level with me. Like it's what I was experiencing, but I would have assumed that maybe from this 42-cent lesson that I got online, maybe you would have been a little bit more in depth about just my feelings and what's been happening. But I think that sums up like the double stuff part because, sometimes I do just feel like, just that white stuffing that kind of just like is there, just a blob, just squashed in between these two walls. But as far as the hair stuff, like, I don't know if you would have had any products you would recommend or maybe some like naturopathic things that you could recommend.
Yeah. So being a counselor and a part-time hairdresser, I am the perfect person to ask. So thank you so much for coming on this online therapy session. Yeah, have you ever...
You will now have to watch an ad for 45 seconds to continue your therapy session. On Angel Hair Pasta from Ragu. Hola, it is Ragu. You may now continue your session.
Welcome
Are you still there?
Folks? Welcome back. Yeah, for your hair, I would probably... So, like, you always have it slicked back in a hat.
Yeah.
And it's just killing your scalp. And so I would actually go the all-natural route and just get some of that, the Dawn dish soap.
Yeah?
Yeah. Have you seen those commercials where they put it on ducks and it gets all the oil off? And I say, if it's good enough for ducks, it's good enough for me. And you too. And so that would probably take care of all that grease you're experiencing in your hair. Mm-hmm. Because I see some of that. It just looks like you just took just some grease out of a grease gun and just rubbed it all over your hair. So Dawn should take care of that.
Well, yeah, I saw this influencer on YouTube doing some hair tutorials, and he was underneath the underside of a car and just wiped his hand on the engine bay.
Right.
And just slicked it back like John Travolta, baby. And I just thought that was a really nice look. So that's kind of what I was going for. But I didn't have a car because mine was broken down. So I just spit into my hands like this. And then just rubbed it through.
Right. So my response to that would just be, have you ever genuinely considered not being a total loser? Maybe having some friends.
I've considered it like once or twice, but it just kind of seems like a daunting task because, like, I don't know. Like, I would have to put like effort in. Oh, my cuticles.
Well, it's looking like that's time. So do you want to go for another session with BetterHelp? Another $30 if you want another 10 minutes.
Oh, no, I think I'm good at this point. You've been really inspirational and really helpful. So maybe I just won't suck at life.
Well, it was great to meet you, Greg.
The virtual handshake. Wow, we went
Dude,
for it.
I think we might get sponsored by BetterHelp or whatever those
I
online.
think it is BetterHelp. I think if we submit that clip for our local commercials, we could.
It was pretty cringe, but
yeah, but all local commercials are. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
We should do more segments like that.
Yeah, just improv segments.
Yeah. We kind of ripped on people that need therapy, though. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And BetterHelp. Boy, what a horrible organization.
Yeah,
Have you ever-
I feel like okay. This is on therapy.
Yeah, let's rip it.
I don't know how close we're closing up, but this week I thought of some stuff, and I'm like, man, I was like, maybe I should
Need
go
therapy?
to counseling on
Really?
this. Yeah, it's just like so small, but it was just a thought. It was just a thought. It wasn't anything serious, but I feel like there's stuff in my childhood that was like embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's not therapy, maybe it's just like other stuff, but like embarrassing stories in my childhood or like stuff I like don't want to think about.
Yeah.
I realized I just blocked out
Yep.
of my memory. And so even just early teens or whatever it is, I just blocked it out. And I'm like, so like I help out a youth group. I'm a youth leader. You know that obviously, but not everyone listening knows. And so I feel like it's actually hindering me in being relatable with people in that stage of life. Because I blocked it out in my life. And so I'm expecting them to be mature. I mean, I'm not mature, but I'm mature or like at my stage of life rather than like actually just being a kid that's a little bit, youth group students can be like awkward. Middle schoolers can be awkward and like figuring stuff out and not like, raw or rougher.
Yeah.
And so, like, I just struggle to relate sometimes with that, and it's because I think I block out those memories in my mind.
Really?
So I'm like, that is interesting. I'm like, that was the first time where I'm like, that could probably be helpful. Yeah, to actually, like, go back and, I don't know, do whatever counseling does or whatever it is. So.
And how did that make you feel?
Yeah. So maybe
that's
this
crazy,
is all it's
though.
for. But it was just interesting. I was like, that was just a thought. I don't know where it'll go.
Yeah.
But it was just like, wow, I like block out those memories because I haven't thought about them for years.
Yeah.
But they're still there. It's not like I forgot.
But you're like, okay.
But I intentionally
You intentionally blocked it. So I haven't thought about some stuff for years, but it's not that I've intentionally blocked it out. It's like I've intentionally blocked this out.
Right.
Because I
like
don't
when I think about it, it like brings up like an emotional response of like embarrassment or stuff like that. Where it's like usually some things in your childhood you like you think about it and you're like, oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But when it like brings up like something's going on that I'm intentionally like blocking this out.
I don't know.
So.
I've had some friends that do like not do counseling, but have went to counseling sessions, and they're like, I think everyone should go to counseling.
Right.
And then sometimes I think I'm too big for my britches, and I was like, I don't need counseling.
Right.
And if you're probably that type of person, you probably need counseling more than anyone.
It's true.
I feel like that's such a Lancaster County bubble thing, though.
That you don't need counseling.
You don't need counseling.
Right.
Like you
I
can
agree.
figure out everything on your own.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, I have no idea. I'm speaking for myself here. Maybe the Lancaster County bubble is very bad at being honest with themselves.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because, like...
Which is why they love working so much.
Yeah.
And it's why... Because it's kind of a distraction. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's like... It's very easy to just kind of stuff that stuff and not be honest with myself.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need help if I stuff it and I'm not thinking about it. Like, you can almost push the book of it never happened. Or like it's so far in the past, it's not affecting me anymore.
Right.
But then, okay, here's the crazy thing. Sometimes, and I know we talked about this before. I'm not sure if we talked about it on this podcast or not. There will be stuff that I haven't thought about for years, and not that I'm actively blocking it out.
Right.
but then something will trigger it, like here and now, and it will totally destroy me. For example, like there's some stuff with my parents.
Yeah.
Where it's like I haven't thought about it in years, and I haven't thought about how it actually affected me. And then I'll get into a situation where like some older person will say something.
Right.
And it instantly takes me back into that moment. And then I like start doing all this like, is that why I'm doing this? Or is that why I'm doing this? And X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So maybe we do need counseling.
Maybe we do.
Freak.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I think my biggest struggle with counseling, obviously it's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
And it's not a pride thing of like I need help.
Yeah.
It's just like a paying to talk to someone.
Yeah, when you can talk to people for free.
Right, that's what I really struggle with. And so it's not that I like I know that counseling has worth. I've seen it like change, but it's just the fact of it's not a pride thing, it's just my cheap self is like paying to talk to someone is really hard for me. So that's my biggest hiccup of like I just can't get past it.
Yeah.
So far.
And it seems like it's not, if you've never done counseling and you don't potentially know the benefits,
right.
It's like, well, it's not worth it. Like if they're charging me $100 an hour and I can't see a physical, like if I take my car to the garage and it's broken and they charge me $100 an hour and it comes out fixed, I can see that physical change immediately.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, that was worth it. With counseling, it's like, okay, I have this knowledge now, but what did it actually do?
And it probably takes, I mean, obviously it takes a while too, which is another thing. 'Cause it's not like
so you're going
one session, you're like, oh, I'm good. Whereas like, take it to one mechanic, they're good. You know what I mean? But it's like a process and a journey, and that's just, I don't know, harder too to be like, this is worth it.
Dang.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, there's some stuff, and like, I feel like that's the stuff where you don't think about on the daily, and then it does kind of hit you all at once.
Right.
Where it's like, how do I even... And maybe I think you just need that person to talk you through it, because you don't even know what to do with the information.
Yeah, it's true.
Now I'm trying to think if there's anything where it's like... in my life where I'm really...
I think sometimes it's also important when, like, you know, you're high...
When you're high?
No, I was going to say you're high capacity people that are like, go.
Yeah.
I think it is very important to like, hey, you need to like speak to a professional that actually knows how to like be like, yo, shut up.
Yeah.
And how are you actually doing? Are you actually okay? Or are you just muscling through it and you're making everyone miserable around you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're actually miserable yourself. You're just not admitting it. You know? So,
and that is something I feel like we do a lot, because I say this all the time. No matter what mood I'm in, if I talk to someone not in my close circle of friends, it's like they'll call me on the phone and be like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm living the dream, baby.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Right.
And I feel like, obviously, it wouldn't be appropriate to just like dump on them.
Right.
But I feel like we do say that as a society, or just like, oh, I'm good. And you just kind of brush it by.
Yeah.
And not actually like, nah, today sucked.
Right.
Or like whatever.
But just that saying kind of sucks, because no one really wants to know how you're doing.
No, they want you to just say, I'm good.
I feel dishonest just being like, good every time. But it's like, usually when in the moment and someone asks, hey, how are you doing? It's like...
It's more of a greeting.
It's like I don't have capacity to be like, actually think, oh...
Yeah.
Especially when you're at work or you're doing stuff. Just like, how am I doing? Oh, I'm feeling tired.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Like, it takes so much emotional energy to do that, and like, they don't really care.
No, and then...
It's just, we need a new greeting of like, hey, good day, top of the morning.
Yeah. Why
Can
don't
I
we
get
be like the British?
Right.
Top of the morning. Or no, is that British?
I don't know what it is. Instead of like, hey, how are you? Good. And it's just like,
yeah, it's more of a greeting than an actual question.
Right, exactly.
If someone actually does tell you how you're doing, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you telling me how bad your day's going?
Unless they like are very aware and on the spot, they're like, yo, I'm tired, but I'm doing good. I'm like, okay, cool. Usually it's like, I don't know. They either get into it and just unload on you, and it's like, oh, that was weird, or it's just good. Cool.
So what made you realize this stuff with the whole counseling thing?
I was just thinking. So I was just like,
randomly one day?
I'm like, wow, yeah. I don't even know what moment It happened. I don't know. Yeah, I was just thinking, and then like just random thoughts popped in my mind. And I was like, huh. And so that's why I'm like, usually when that happens, it can be like the Lord of like, this is some like random
like
thoughts.
nudging you towards something.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So usually like with like something a thought like that's so random, I'm usually like skeptical of like, okay, is this the Lord?
Yeah.
That like this isn't on my track. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm like, is this something for me, or should I investigate this more?
Yeah.
Of like, am I actually suppressing memories?
Yeah.
Because yeah, and the reason I'm like, the reason I think it matters is because I like talking to like people younger than me, or like let's say less mature than me, and I'm not anyone like that's super mature, but like, you know, we've been through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 12 anymore, you know.
Not a 14-year-old professional soccer player.
Right. I just expect them to be where I'm at and like try to treat them like where I'm at, instead of coming down to the level and growing them where they're at. And so like relating to them, being able to relate with them where they're at, I just kind of expect they're where I'm at. I'm like, okay, is this just because I've been suppressing all these memories, or I don't know,
that's interesting,
embarrassed of it, or I don't know what it is, but so I'm still investigating. I don't really know, but
because do you feel so when you said that about feeling the nudge of the Lord potentially and then investigating it out, that took my memory or my thoughts to another place of, so recently there's been this thought put on my mind where I should like potentially do something.
Right.
And I struggle with realizing if that's something that my mind's just telling me to do, or if like, hey, the Lord put this on my heart. And then you get to the weird point of like, am I just over spiritualizing this?
Right.
And I don't know how to combat that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, like I felt the nudge. Is this the Lord? And they're always kind of like insignificant decisions in the grand scheme of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like to put this is the Lord's will, and I will do this, almost seems weird, but I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Because then it almost feels like there is an immense amount of pressure related to the decision if you put this is the Lord's will with it. Because you're like, well, now I don't want to screw it up. But it could just be a random decision that doesn't really carry that much weight. And now, obviously, the ripple effect, anything you do will cause ripples that affect other things.
Right.
So I'm aware of that. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes even just, following the Lord's voice and in thoughts, there's that weird pressure where it's like black and white.
Yeah.
And where it's like, there's still humility, even in relating to other people, where it's like there's a humility of like, I don't always get it right. And it's still a mystery, and that's just walking with the Lord. And so like, it's not like this is the Lord's will per se, but it's like, this is what I feel like the Lord's saying.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I feel like people have to make it black and white.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, this is what I'm feeling, and the Lord will steer me. But yeah. Thoughts are weird though.
Dude, they're trippy.
And so, I don't know, I'm kind of, I think as you get older, you kind of learn what's your own thoughts. And so that's why where I'm sitting in my tractor, I have this random thought come in, I'm like, this doesn't seem like my thought.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like you.
And so that's where I'm like, I should go to counseling for this. Where it's like, that doesn't seem like me, you know? And so that's where I get like a little like, where my flags come up. I'm like, okay, is this the Lord? Or and it could just be a random thought. Like maybe it come out of my subconscious or whatever it is. But
I heard a quote the other day, and I have no idea if this relates. It just went into my brain. But it was, we don't often need taught, we need reminded. And I had this thought, like, pretty much everything I know up until this point, I've learned, like, before 14. Like, you pretty much know the basis of being a legitimate human by 14.
Right.
And then you just forget. And then you need to be retaught. And definitely people can say it in a better way that you grasp more understanding from. But a lot of things I find myself like learning, it's like, oh, I already knew this, but I'm just like, I strayed from the way per se.
This is the way.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. That was more of a tangent.
That's an interesting thought. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, like I just think back on things where it's like, oh, I learned this. It's like, no, I already knew that. I just wasn't living it out.
Right.
And then I put it back into my life, and
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. There's not much that's like really new.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we're in like the information age. I think sometimes we do seek like, if I just knew something, I would be a better person. And where it's like, it's not necessarily true, you know? Yeah. What's new information going to do for you? You already know like so much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I feel like sometimes we just seek for new information and then we just confuse ourselves because it's all contradictory to each other. So it's like, why listen to anyone when I already know what's right and I can just do that? And not that you shouldn't listen to other people, but for example, like, I have this person in my life that will collect information from everyone. And then it's hard for them to make a decision because it's all contradicting.
Right.
Where with myself, I will not really seek out information and then I'll just make a decision. And it very well could be the wrong one, but I'm just like, well, I'll just figure it out if it is because... And then it's like... You almost have like, we have too many decisions nowadays, and you get like that decision paralysis where you have so many opportunities or so many voices like inputting information into your head that you don't know which one's true.
Right.
And I feel like, that's where it comes into like the 14 thing where it's like, I've pretty much known everything.
Right.
And that sounds arrogant, and I don't mean it like that, but the basic rules of life you've known since you've been 14. And you're just relearning them in different ways that apply to you in the stage of life that you're in right now.
Right. That's good.
Yeah. That's good.
Sounds like a good
That'll be $46.
Yeah, dude. I'll probably tip you an extra 50.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Wow,
As you should.
It's a good thought. Should we close on that?
I mean, I'm down with closing on that. It's we're sitting right at 9 o'clock right now.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. I love it. Hit us with just one inspirational quote to close us out.
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot. Do you have one?
No, I'm just like you can make it up.
He who has gas travels at the back of the pack.
We'll see you next time.